Alright, welcome everybody to part 5 of Bloodborn, my Bloodborn Let's Play. We're gonna go ahead and continue, because I haven't played anything else. Shortly after this today, though, I'm gonna show off a little, I don't know, it's a game called Ziggurat, and I'm very excited. I haven't played it at all. I'm gonna bring it to you guys my first time through it, and all I know about it is it is a first-person action roguelite. So that should be interesting. I don't think I put any Isaac. I put a couple videos of Isaac on my channel. I am by no means a Northern Lion level Isaac player. So, or roguelite player in general. So, forgive me in advance. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and get on with some Bloodborne. So, what we did last time, we took care of Eileen for the moment. We have to progress, I don't want to see much further, but we have to progress a good chunk further to get Eileen's questline that much further. So if you notice, we have a second headstone. So we got to Hemwick Charnel Lane yesterday. Or in the previous video. Yesterday for me. Hemwick Charnel Lane is what we're going to do today. We are going to get a item, or tool, or whatever you'd like to call it, for us. And we are going to fight another boss. And hopefully she doesn't completely wreck me. But we're going to go through this area, and we're going to try and do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to look around like I have never been around this game before. So, this should be a normal-ish part. So yeah, let's just take this in for a second. So, these ladies are just having the grandest of times, and we're gonna go wreck their fun. Wreck all of their fun. Oh, missed on that first one. You die. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I remember that area being... it's because I was afraid the first time I came in this area, so... That area was kind of rough my first shot through. Okay, hold on. What's anything? No, okay. And I apologize for the background noise, if anybody can even hear that. It is a fan, because it is super hot here, so I do have a fan going, just kind of circulate air. So let's talk to this guy, who's also burning some sweet weed. Alright. Woman. Okay, lady, I think she needs some Cheetos. Madman's Knowledge. That should be like 11 or 12 by now. So we got just a pit. So, yeah, don't fall down that. Just word of warning. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to kind of look around. Ooh, there's another one. Yeah, 2 Twin Bloodstone shards. She dropped something, which I totally didn't notice. And then this guy, who's getting a raw deal here. Just like the rawest of raw deals. Bloodshot Eyeball. So we picked one of those up in... Ooh, hi, lady. They must be coming down from there, because those two were not out here. But we picked up a Bloodshot Eyeball. We're going to go ahead and... Well, we're going to make sure we're safe for a second. But we're going to go ahead and read that description real quick. It's in here, actually. So it's a material used in Holy Chalice. Oh, not that button. No. Material used in Holy Chalice ritual. An exquisite eyeball removed quickly after death, or perhaps even before. Used to unlock the seal of the old labyrinth Hintertombs. So, there's a whole motif with this game of eyeballs, and specifically this area for eyeballs. You'll see that when we get to the... later on in the area. I'll poke at that concept again. But even in the intro movie for this game, there's a part where someone I heard it from while watching or listening anyway, to a playthrough of this game by one of my favorite YouTubers. Their name is Two Best Friends Play, and they have done Machinima. They haven't done any in a little while. Excellent nonetheless. I think they are hilarious. But I actually heard it in their playthrough that if you notice the intro movie, there's a part where the hunter, the on the box hunter for the intro movie, whomever that may be, your player character, is pinning a villager or half beast, possessed villager down to the ground and putting the blunderbuss against his head. Well, if you notice, when his head goes all the way down, his eyeball turns like to the left. And so the only way that's really possible is if your eyeball is not attached, or the actual cord that comes from your eye to your brain is I almost said disattached. Is not attached. It's, oh god, I just want to say disattached. Somebody knows the word I'm trying to say. It's not attached to, the nerve is not attached. But it was a very interesting little kind of aside, because I hadn't even bothered to notice it until he had said something, and it was so interesting because it's like, oh, okay, and then I kind of started looking at more of the lore stuff and like the bloodshot eyeball, and yeah, I'm kind of just talking and playing, but come up here, take care of the brick troll. Don't go through there quite yet. I don't know if you even can. I don't know if there's a lever here. Yeah, no, there isn't. So don't bother with that. Come up here, hang a left, because that'll be where you're going. I don't know if is there an item over here? There is. So yeah, that's pretty important, that item right there. But what I was saying is that there's a huge motif in this game of not only, the dark, the Eldritchy, Lovecraftian horror element. Who just died? Something just died. But it's also the insight, like the whole idea behind insight is lining your mind with eyeballs. And so in some facets of the game, which you're obviously kind of seeing with the bloodshot eyeball, is taking away the outer eyes, the eyes that we actually, like the sense of sight, to gain I fail to see godly in this game. It's not godly. It's a more, I suppose, divine. I don't know. Divine is not the right word for it. It's seen in this game world as divine, but it's not divine. It is just an eldritch truth, a dark truth that you can only see with insight into it. And so that kind of bleeds into the whole fact of course, the idea of insight in the game, which is this knowledge. So every time, it's kind of interesting, because whenever you see a boss for the first time, you get, I think, 1 or 2 insight, depending on the boss. And whenever you kill a boss, you get 1 or 2 insights. So you end up coming out of a boss with either if you have nothing, 3 or 4... Okay. 3 or 4 insight per boss. Okay, that was actually pretty good. That was a good dodge. I don't remember that guy being right there. Maybe she came down. I don't know. Lady, not guy. But I find this game very interesting in terms of lore. I mean, I love the Dark Souls games, but this one kind of gave, you a... I just kind of wanted that soundbite to drop for a minute before I said more, because it's very cool. It's very spooky. Walking in this room with, like headphones on. I really do recommend playing this game with headphones, because you can't take in the sound design properly with, I can show something off here. You can't really take on in the atmosphere in general. Yeah, so this entire room gets way brighter. if you use the torch. I mean, the torch is really no joke in this game, unlike some other Souls games. Dark Souls 2. But for real, the torch in this actually helps. I mean, and I don't mean to bash Dark Souls 2 too much, but it has its issues. I still have... It's a Souls game, and I find it wholeheartedly entertaining. I love Dark Souls 2. And I believe... Yeah, there he is. And he is going to lead you right into a trap, if I'm not mistaken. Or he's supposed to. That little dude right there is supposed to lead you into a trap. Or at least I thought maybe it's not up here. There is a trap like that. It's like, oh, let me just run over here. And there's a guy just kind of... There's a specific enemy type just kind of... Oh, look, he's just waiting to clock my brain in. You know what? I want that torch out. I love the dark in this game, but I really want my torch out just so I can kind of look around. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It's just an interesting motif, the eyeballs kind of thing. And the knowledge that having more than or taking away the actual sense of sight and giving you this knowledge, this ungodly knowledge of other things. It's very interesting to me. And, you know, if you don't find it interesting, that's perfect. I mean, whatever floats your boat. I mean, if you're playing the game, just play the game, go for it. But it's fun. And you know, you certainly shouldn't discount the lore. Because it's there, just like any Dark Souls game. Anyone who has kind of the argument that these games don't have much lore, if any, I struggle with. Because it's like, okay, I understand, like, people who say that. I completely understand why you'd say that. Ooh, I didn't have my gun. But I mean, I understand it because they haven't read like item descriptions and things like that, which is fine. I mean, if you don't go into a game worried about all the reading you have to do, I don't blame you at all. Because it's a game. I mean, it's not necessarily, you don't go in thinking, oh, I have to read, you know, more or less half a book to understand the lore, you know, by myself. I could just wait 3 months and listen to some whack job butt nugget on the internet say it to me in a 45-minute video. Not to say that everyone that does lore is a butt nugget. Of course, Ian B is awesome. Vadavidya has had his issues, but I won't endorse him myself, but I will say that he does lore videos. Let's just say that. I'm not endorsing that content creator, but he does lore videos. I would wholeheartedly endorse Epic Name Bro because Epic Name Bro is awesome. If you haven't seen who I'm talking about, he's awesome. Go check him out. It's Epic Name Bro on YouTube. I'm not sure if he streams. I don't think so. Reeks of Titan. But yeah, he's great, especially if you like Souls kind of videos, lore, anything like that. Epic Name Bro is awesome. Very much worth, you know, your time and any effort you're willing to put into watching. It's totally worth it. He's a rock solid content creator. No hugs. No hugs. I appreciate it, brother man, but I don't want a hug. And no kisses either. Damn. Gotta tell everybody twice. Everybody wants this fine piece of ass that is Mr. Jolliesworth. I didn't get him. But yeah, the lore stuff in this is in all these games is really some of it's iffy. I mean, the Dark Souls 2 stuff is really heavily reliant on you having knowledge of Dark Souls 1. That's kind of a cop-out. I mean, I guess if you're going into a game... Wow, I'm getting wrecked by this dude. If you're going into a game called Dark Souls 2, I guess the creators assume you have knowledge of Dark Souls 1. I still think it's kind of a cop-out, but It happens. You know, I try and stay as non-biased on that kind of stuff because it's just gaming stuff. But ooh, I might not make it out of this one. Ooh. Whew, okay, so that's a tip from me. Do not go into that area and think it's going to be some cakewalk, because that's... I actually had to concentrate. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky I didn't die there. I just want to make that abundantly clear. Draw them out with, like, pebbles. Like, because you can... I know you can draw this... The guy that's, like, the dog that's walking up, just kind of static. And there's a dog up to the right, like... I'm not going to show it off because I'll draw these two, but he's up there without drawing these two, or draw them one at a time. You can do that. I just didn't bother equipping pebbles. But yeah, it's going to be a good episode. It's going to be a good episode. I'm confident. But yeah, other content creators, I will shamelessly and abundantly pimp out Ian B, because he's one of my favorite YouTubers. I mean, I have my other few. I mean, I have a ton of subscriptions, but ooh, let's not die. Lake, okay. Let's read that. So we got two of these. We'll read both. A Carl rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. This transcription of the Great One's inhuman voices. Sorry about that. Ripples like a watery reflection. This rune means lake. And those who memorize it enjoy reduced physical damage. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark of guarding sleep, and an augur of the eldritch truth. Overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. So, this it's kind of, in my opinion, this is kind of hinting at like what a boss to come, because great volumes of water serve as a bulwark guarding sleep. That to me is a direct like poke at a boss that's coming up. An augur of the eldritch truth. So if you don't know what an augur is something, I believe, look it up if you don't believe me. I'm not even sure myself. I'll probably look it up myself. Anyway, just to double check. But an augur is something that it's like a proxy. It's you use an augur to bring forth something else. I believe it wasn't much of a good like description, but I love an augur of the eldritch truth. So what we're seeing here is great volumes of water are not only guarding something, whatever, guarding sleep, but as an augur of the eldritch truth. So the closest, something that will bring forth the truth, this truth, is water. Great volumes of it. And it says, overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. So this hindrance, I'm assuming, is this bulwark that they're talking about, which is interesting. So air, we picked this up when we fought Einrich, when we kicked his ass with Eileen. A Carl rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. The air sees sentiment. I can't say words. The air sees sentimentality. Wow. God. It's a wonder I'm majoring in psychology and English. The air sees sentimentality. God, wow! Words. The air sees sentimentality in the warmth of blood and acknowledges visceral attacks as one of the darker hunter techniques. More blood echoes are gained from visceral attacks. Perhaps the air is a hunter who bears the echoing will of those before him. So, unfortunately, I can't speak English, apparently, but the effect of that Carol rune is it basically gives you more blood echoes when you kill something with a visceral attack. That may not have been clear from my snafu there, but that's what it does. And we are toting around a hefty chunk of echoes here. Ooh. Just a little key here. Don't try and just brute force those guys. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's a party! Holy crap. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly where these ladies are. Because you saw them drop down to my left. They usually come right through that doorway. Right up here. But they decided to come early. So. Alright. Advanced knowledge. And then a cute little skull man. Alright. So we are going to go ahead and try and do this boss. Spoilers, I mean, it's pretty obvious when you walk into a room that kind of looks like this. It's kind of an arena. So, the Witch of Hemwick Charnel Lane. So, it's very preferable to have a weapon like the axe that knocks those things down. But it is certainly not necessary if you're good at dodging or just avoidance. So this is the actual boss. You couldn't really see her because she disappears. Alright. We were just going to ignore those like I normally do. I wanted to kind of get a handle on their movesets and stuff, but it's really not worth dying again to a quite an easy boss. So we're not going to worry about that. lady dude thing. There she is. So yeah, she has a little animation where she comes like into existence. Alright, I lied. We are going to tackle that thing. So she should be somewhere like over here. Perhaps not. There she is. Well, you're gonna see her grab that I don't... oh, I did live... oh. I didn't think I was gonna live through it, and I probably won't live through this, but yeah, didn't think so. Alright, we're gonna give her one more shot. I'm sure I can do it, but that's a pain. She was much less of a pain the first time I came through this area. But regardless, we're gonna do it. It's no biggie. So expect deaths here. Alright, and again, I'm going to just take off and run through. Alrighty. Oh, wow. Let's see if I can get a couple blood vials off this guy. I can. Alright. Ha. Alright. Gotcha. Yeah, alright, cool. We got some. Alright. I'm trying not to waste any... Oh, there's another one up here. Try and fight this guy. Alright, couple good parries. I still don't know their timing like by heart, but that was pretty good. I really hate that attack. Because poise is like this invisible stat in this game, and nothing has enough poise to stop that attack. Well, I'm glad you gave me some blood vials. Did you too? No, you gave me a blood gem that I can't even use. Alright. Screw it. We're gonna try the flame sprayer here. I've never used it on really a boss enemy, so we will try it. We will try and overcome this boss of death and despair and distress. I don't know why I'm doing that voice. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are... There you are. Yeah, so that's probably the best course of action. Do a couple hits, then grab a charged R2, so she's over here. Oh no, this is the second one. So yeah, you can actually encounter both of them. She should actually be over there again, because I just saw the barrel explode. No? Really? So yeah, once you get her, this one, low on health, start looking for the other one. There she is. Alright. Let's see. Let's see how far we got her down. Ugh. Alright, and she's dead. And no, you don't have to fight these things, they will just die when she does. See, to get some bloodshot eyeballs from her, we get a nice lamp here. And we get, do not forget to come down this way. I did my first playthrough until I was like halfway through the game, like to the next stage of the moon, which is how you determine game progression. That is so important because we have 2 runes. One which gives us more echoes when we kill something with our viscerals, and one that decreases physical damage. Really, really important, especially if you have those 2 particular ones. That's super duper important. So yeah, that's crucial if you get those. Alright, so we're gonna spend this exorbitant amount we're gonna level our weapon up first. We should be able to get it just in chunks. Like, where we need chunks. So yeah, we do. Cool. Now we need chunks. And we still have a ton of upgrade materials. Nothing needs to be repaired. So let's throw another blood gem. See if we got anything better. So we don't have any of those yet. This is a different kind of blood gem. And this right here is the memorize Carol runes to acquire its Eldritch Strength. So yes and yes. So plus 3% damage reduction. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. It's fine. It's enough. Let's talk to Gehrman here.
Most of the holy chalices lie deep within the tomb of the gods, and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again in the hands of men. But if the old hunter tales remain true, one of the holy chalices is worshipped in the valley hamlet. Yet the town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge. Home now only to beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say?
Alright, so he basically is telling us about the chalices, which is fine. I mean, I don't honestly care too much about the chalices, but we're going to leave it there for right now. Yeah, that'll do it for this episode today. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me what I did right, tell me what I did wrong, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next part.